Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review episode number 106. We're basically on the most recent episode released just this month. Yes. I probably finish up in the next day or two. We're discussing episodes 989 to 994. Yep, that's pretty much what we're talking about here for this one. Yep. Yeah, these episodes are continuing to be a lot of fun, and this proves the fact that One Piece is a lot of fun. Watching this arc does prove that. But you gotta at least have been watching the series since the beginning. Now, some people might think, oh, the series is too long to get into. Case goes is longer than this one. And that's almost 2,000 episodes, that series. It's actually almost 1,100 episodes. That one's slightly longer than this one. Now, in the case of this episode, is there any, now here's a question that is a good question to ask. Is there any new characters make their debut in these 6 episodes? The answer is 1. Yes, 1 new character in 6 episodes. Mostly it's a lot of text stuff that basically shows up here. Yeah, that's the thing with these 6 episodes. Because that's mostly put exactly what it is. Now, we're actually, with these episodes, we are just under the 2-year stuff. Yes, it's only in 994 we have one. The only new character is Nagi. He shows up in a later episode, but still. Yeah, but these ones, not really. There's no new characters. If you're really curious, how much does the anime cover in just 6 episodes? Okay, so basically they kind of continue a little bit with 982, and they pretty much go to, and this is just in 6 episodes, they go pretty much to chapter 985, so basically just a handful of chapters. And there's a lot of stuff that happens, of course, these episodes. Surprisingly, Zoro in these episodes, he gets separated from Luffy, and he doesn't do hardly anything in these episodes. Luffy, I'll get back to Luffy. First, let's talk about Usopp and Chopper driving the Baraki tank. What it is, driving around, and of course, basically, they're with Kinemon's group. They pass by basically empty pleasure place, and then apparently there's a figure in the window. Window opens up, and it's Big Mom. Yeah, and of course they get patrolling, goes in the skies, and then Big Mom remembers, oh yeah, that's Chopper from the Straw Hats. Then she breaks the window and chases after, and becomes a comedy episode, where basically she's helped by, get this, you have like these 7 guys dressed up in German uniforms. I'm not kidding about that. It's German uniforms with the horns and the capes. I'm like, why the heck would the Beast Pirates just like they're German soldiers? I thought this was kind of weird. Even basically when it originally aired almost 2 years ago, this was weird. And by the way, this whole sequence is complete anime original. And of course, they take them out with the rocket tank. Of course, they try to hit Big Mom, doesn't work. They proceed to actually get away from her, surprisingly. Next time we see her won't be until 993. Yeah, she's gone for a few episodes. Okay, but what about Jinbei and Robin? Mostly put, they don't do hardly anything in these episodes. They just witness a lot of this stuff here. There is stuff with Kanjuro where he's going through the tunnels. Eventually, he does meet up with the Shogun and Kaido. The Shogun mistakenly believes Kanjuro was actually successful. That the Yakuza are dead. The whole rebellion has been crushed. Nope, not really. Of course, apparently he did not receive the info of the fact that he actually failed at his mission. But he did retrieve Momonosuke. They actually do show how he got the way he is, where he's bruised up. Yeah, because Conjure basically beat the crap out of him for going to escape and slice his hand. So the Shogun's like, yeah, let's execute him. Of course, had this wonderful moment where Black Mari actually cares for him, puts him on his lap, and of course, you can see Black Mari is really tall and beautiful, though she's actually she's actually a spider user. Yeah, she got spider powers. I'm not kidding about that. Of course, I showed later when she gets fight with Nico Robin. That happens later after this. That doesn't happen for about a little over 2 dozen episodes after this. Because basically, this is the point in time where stuff is like stretched out for several episodes just because. So he's lying in her lap. Like, you can think of it as basically his tiny body. This little boy is laying on probably one of her legs, not both legs. And I'm surprised he doesn't like, wow, this is tall, beautiful woman who I'm laying across. I'm sure because basically she didn't harm him at all, that maybe she escaped some punishment in a way. Despite the fact she was, well, I will get to that later when they release the dub for it. Shogun's like, yeah, let's just execute him. So they chain him up, and then of course basically like where, and you probably think, okay, what about Frankie and Brooke? Not in these episodes. Actually, they're seen very briefly surviving the motorcycle, and that's pretty much it for them. You think, okay, what about Sanji? He runs off and not seeing it until like episode 1. He's not seeing it for quite a while. So Luffy is running through the hallways, and then he runs into Uti and Page 1. And he has no idea who Uti is. He's like, who are you? And the sub is, she says, who are you? Here is like, watch where you're going. I'm not sure why they changed that for the dub. I thought that was kind of weird. Because I watched these episodes when they came out a couple years ago, and her line was different. They changed it in the dub. It's weird, but makes probably sense from a dub perspective for her basically, not from the sub. Yeah, and it's like, here's the thing. Uchi looks like she's probably like in her probably late teens, I'd say. And the way that her voice sounds, it seems like she's older than she is. Oh yeah, and if you're curious though, does she call Page 1 Pepe? Yes. They keep that here. Yes, for some reason they actually keep that. I think because it's part of her character, she calls her little brother Pepe, and he has her. She has him carry her first Brido style, and then she wants to do a piggyback ride, of course, running the stairs like, you harmed Pepe, and of course Pepe's like, no, you did that to me yourself, and then of course they have where she beats up Luffy, and then Luffy is saved by Yamato. Yes, and Yamato goes, oh yeah, I'm Kaido's son. And then basically chatting for a while, basically like they bring up Ace, and then he just takes off the sleeves and the mask, reveals Yamato is a beautiful woman. And Luffy's like, did you say you were Kaido's son? Yeah, this is basically a woman basically thinking she's a guy. Yeah, there's a whole thing Oda tried to do, though this is later ignored. After he briefly said this in an interview once, where the whole thing is about transsexual stuff, and it's like completely ignored. It's like he just drops it like right after this. The fact she's acting like she's transsexual because she's a woman who's posing as a guy. Same thing with Kiko, where she's basically like thinking that she's a man, but they confirm in the dub that she's definitely a woman, 100% woman. They think she's a guy, but she's 100% woman. In the sub, she says, in my heart, I'm a woman. Yeah, I think that changing it, I think in the case of why they changed it, where the fact that, she's always been a woman, so people think she's a guy, even I felt that was kind of stupid. And that's probably in the way, it's probably a mistranslation, probably what she said, so people assume that she's a guy posing as a woman. But according to the dub, she's always been a woman. Because even probably Crunchyroll probably realized, though, that having Kiko think that she's a guy is complete utter nonsense. So, yeah, I agree with that change. Yeah. There's that. And, of course, basically, and, of course, they reveal about Odin's journal that she's got. And, of course, basically, you have a thing where Luffy pulling out her shirt, exposing some skin. And apparently the head Yamato has no problem with the fact Luffy grabs her. But at least not in her chest. Yeah, at least he's not grabbing her chest. Luffy is not a pervert. At all. He would never, ever grab a woman's chest. Not really. He grabbed her shirt is basically what she did. Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. And of course, Dragon Hell is kind of making the announcement that, oh yeah, like about the alliance and the fact that they're going to go after the One Piece. Luffy's like, that's mine! And of course, breaks like a wall, of course, runs, and that's it for that one. You're thinking, well, and of course, you have Robin and Jinbei witnessing all this, and Hongro's there too. And I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Oh, yes, also, there's a whole thing with Nami, Carrot, and Shinobu, where they're running from basically these yokai, and where, like, they had to be separated because Shinobu has to go rescue Momo, and Nami and Carrot get briefly captured by the yokai. But don't worry, they're not captured very long. And Zeus is captured by Big Mom. I think that's it. And of course, he also says to the Big Mom, Lin, what the heck took you so long? It's like, well, I'm here. Yeah, but you're late. Yeah. Like I keep saying, this arc is a lot of fun. Love it. So yeah, that's it, particular view. Next up is going to be basically a couple of comic horrors, and then basically we're on to Shuko Tensei. Okay, next view. Bye.